The runway actually isn't the place that's setting the trends. At least not in the way that you're thinking about. Black-owned brands have rewritten luxury and what that looks like on their own terms. And we all know where things originate from. So welcome to the third and final episode of this spring summer fashion style series. And we're chatting about Black-owned brilliance. Hi loves, I wanted to welcome you back to my channel. I'm Hanifa, but the girls call me Lee. If you're new here, then I make videos on fashion, travel, natural hair, and beauty. So if that's your vibe, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. This is essentially a merger between my typical Black-owned business haul and the incorporation into this spring summer style series. We've already went through the trends, we went through other places to shop. Now we're focused on Black-owned brands. This is for you. Now on my body currently I am wearing Black-owned brands. This is Andrea Iyamah, which I'm now realizing I keep watching her content and I keep seeing people say Iyamah. Starts with an I. Maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it's either Iyamah or Iyamah. Let me know in the comments below which one is the correct way. But I'm wearing her, and I actually wore this piece for my birthday photo shoot in Bali, but it just dawned on me, I have not worn it in this country at all. The girls need to see it. And then the earrings are from Shopcore. Y'all know this is the best Black-owned accessory brand on the market, in my personal opinion. She has recently ventured out into rings, so I'm gonna have to grab me a couple to get my stack together, because right now we're bare hands. Now, I not only wanted to break down the recent Black-owned pieces that I've received or picked up as of lately that really fall into this spring summer season, but I also want to give you some additional options that you may or may not know about that fit the spring and summer vibe. Some brands are truly geared towards this season, and one of those brands is Andrea Iyamah. This is a resort wear brand. 10 toes down, everything about her pieces gives you resort wear, but she does do resort wear across seasons, and I absolutely love that. This piece that I am wearing is stunning. I actually wore it with the shorts. None of these pieces come together, but I felt like this would pair really well together. And to be fair, it is that girl. Like, 10 toes down, she ate with this one. So you see what I mean? It's ombre, solid deep V. There's a button and a clasp here, and then the back. They actually sent me all of these pieces. I am super grateful for this. I just feel like they love me, and I really love them too. But it truly does make me feel special, and also giving me access to the pieces allows for me to share the pieces with you and continue to highlight Black-owned brands on my channel. So thank you. Now, most of you know that I am pretty short. I am 5'2", and her pieces are tall girl friendly. I want you to know that her pieces are tall girl friendly. I have to get every bottom from her altered. The way that this skirt fits me was not how it came. They probably cut off about a good 5 to 6 inches of this skirt. It was almost at my knees, and I told the tailor I can't do this. Okay, now the other piece that I received from them around that time, which was in January, right around the time, you know, when those runway collections really start to drop. They always drop like a season in advance, so just keep that in mind. I got this dress. This was the dress. This was the dress I was like, this is gonna be my birthday dress. This is gonna be everything. And I definitely really only wore it to take like photos in, but I'm ready to bring this back out. The sun is shining, you know, it's warm here. It's time for this to have its local moment and step outside, because this dress is a dress. This is a piece. It is ombre. It has a lot of like ethereal aspects to it. Beautiful warm tone colors that are really on trend for spring. Pastel is booming, but we've already talked about how I feel about pastel, so I prefer that pure pigment. It just looks a little better on my skin. However, this does have elements of pastel colors in it. All of their pieces fit true to size, so I always get a medium in the pieces, and I've never had any issues whatsoever. The sizing on Andrea Iyamah is consistent. So those were like the pieces from the older collection, I guess you could say. Now they had another collection and they allowed me to pick out 3 pieces. I picked out this piece. This piece is a skirt. To me, it's very similar to the dress that I just showed you in terms of like those long strappy pieces. You can really adjust the length. So I can pretty much go from like a maxi to a midi to a mini. Literally, you can switch it up. I can even do asymmetrical, which is what I really am excited about doing. It's almost like a watercolor wash, very spring leaning. Do you see the colors? Do you see the pastels that we talked about? The mesh detailing, that sheer layering, heavily on trend for the season, and this burst of color is just so good. This could also be like a great cover up, so I feel like it's a super universal piece. Like you could go beach to dinner. The next piece that I got, I haven't even tried on yet. It's gonna be at a later date, but overall the quality is there. This piece is super soft. I feel like it could be 100% cotton. Let me check it. I have a similar dress to this from the brand that is mesh and like a lighter orange, but this is like that tomato orange. I love this orange. Why I can't find no tag? You know that TikTok there is like, what is it? Motherfucker, where is it? Where the is it? Let me see if I'm right about the material. Let's see what it's given. 97% cotton, 3% spandex, but the lining is 100% cotton. We're talking about quality, yeah. Long, beautiful, bellowed out sleeves. The sleeves are back. There is a cuff at the end that really cinches around the wrist. But the one thing that Andrea Iyamah does phenomenally is her corset detailing. She is going to snatch you up in a piece. Okay, now the last piece, y'all, the last piece, I was gonna wear it. I put it on my body and the zipper was faulty. So I ended up having to cut the zipper. I tried for an hour. Luckily, even though I wanted to wear it, I couldn't wear it anyways because it was just way too long. Yeah, that was very unfortunate because when I put it on and I looked in the mirror, I was like, damn, like that looks good. She's gonna go to the tailor and I'll have him fix the zipper and go ahead and hem it, because even though it's a top, it touches the floor. But when y'all see this on my body, the girls are going to gag. Moving on to Kai Collective. Kai Collective is also one of my favorite black-owned brands, and I haven't talked about them in a while the channel because I really hadn't bought any pieces outside of that white dress that I've been wearing religiously. That is one of my favorite dresses, and again, I've been packing it everywhere. I wore it in Singapore, but she recently had a sale and I picked up quite a few pieces from the sale. I want to say about 4, and to me they're like all around, like they could be used year round, but I do think that most of them lean more spring, summer. One of them I already wore in the last video, and it is the black kind of like flower top. I don't know if that top was a sale exclusive or not because I don't remember seeing it prior to the sale. At least not in black. I remember seeing it in blue and one other color. And it's just a beautiful flower around the chest. It's a pretty hole in the chest. And I wore it out to a museum. And then I took myself out on a date and I wore that and some wide leg pants. Ate that right on up. That was a 5 fits. I also picked up the outfit that I was wearing in the first video of this series. And it is this yellow and black zebra print top, and I got the pants. So I got the whole set. I'm a set girly, but to me sets are just like effortlessly chic. You don't have to think about it. You put it on, you get up and go, and you look good, especially when the pants are wide leg. Come on now, it doesn't get any better than that. I am gonna get them hemmed because I wore them with platforms and they still dragging. So for the tall girls, you're good. I will note this: when I get Kai Collective tops that are fitted, especially buttons, like button down and fitted, I go up to a large. And it's just because I have one of their button down fitted tops in a medium, and around the breast it does that pulling where it creates a space in the buttons, and I don't like that. Kind of negate that. I essentially would just go up in the top. So I got a large in the top and it fits perfectly. So just keep that in mind with Kai Collective. But outside of that, everything else is true to size unless you want it to fit oversized. Because I got the pants in a medium and they fit perfect. I honestly probably even could have went down to a small because it's not like they're not super tight around the waist, which is another reason why I need to get them hemmed, because they're not gonna sit high enough up. I also picked up the infamous tank top. Ooh, it looks so bright on camera. It's actually a bit more muted in person, but I also want the black, the yellow trim. I just feel like that's just such a fire combination, and it's long sleeves, and I love long sleeves. Even in the spring and summer, even when it's hot, I don't know, it's just something about a sleeve. Tank tops are super trendy, especially ever since Loewe launched the logo tank top. Everybody went crazy for it. And basically we have our black luxury version of it, which I think is cuter and funner. And the quality is great. The stretch on this is great. The length is perfect. It's thick. And this is embroidered. It's almost like a patch, but it's also embroidered and stitched. It's just phenomenal. So even if the tank top is inside out, like, you see the cleanness on the inside? Insane. I just think that she just did her big one with these, and these are truly gonna be like a staple in the wardrobe, and it's like an elevated basic. Now I would love to give you some black owned recommendations of fashion brands that really fall into the spring summer category. Coming in at number 1 is going to be Fe Noel. Fe Noel is at the very top of my wish list. She too really embodies resort wear, but we talking about top tier luxury. The only Fe Noel pieces that I have are from the Fe Noel and Target collection. This was a while back when Target used to do like designer collabs. I feel like they've done one recently, but you know, and I haven't seen them do any with any black owned brand. But there was a time they did like Fe Noel, Sergio Hudson, and a few other black owned brands, and it was just like stellar. That allowed me to be able to easily access Fe Noel design pieces that are very similar to her line. So there will be a day when I will add her to my wardrobe. I'm definitely gonna go on to the pre-love market, but if you know, you know. Her robes, when you're talking about gagged, jaw-dropping, I know that I'm not supposed to be shopping, but when I get the opportunity to blow a bag on a brand, it's gonna be Fe Noel. Another brand that is great for the spring summer season is Hanifa, because Hanifa is good for all seasons. Because Hanifa is going to give you a look. She just dropped a collection and it is so good, and pieces are already sold out, but I'm really trying to refrain from spending that money because, girl, every time I go on Hanifa, because it's not like I could just get one piece, but one piece is like $200-300 bucks, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. The pieces that I am heavily eyeing from this particular collection, I know y'all gonna think that I want that fringe dress, that green one, but the only reason that I would not put that on the top of my list is because I'm short, and I know for a fact Hanifa makes pieces for the tall girls. Hanifa herself is tall. I've seen her in person. And when you have detailing on the bottom of a piece and you're short, I can't get that hem because I lose the detailing on the piece. That's not actually the dress that's on my list, but that dress is fire. But there is a yellow mini dress with like that ruffled hem, and it's a corset detailing. That's like number 1 on my list. Like, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna go to the website right now so I can tell you the names of the pieces that I want. The Elena Bubble mini dress, and I know I said that this was yellow, but I actually think that it's lime green. The Amanda jumpsuit. This is like this buttery yellow color. I love the wide leg, and I love how structured the top is. To me, this jumpsuit is my typical outfit uniform, like a wide leg pant, structured or corseted top, but it's all in one. So I wouldn't even have to have 2 pieces, and I love that. And I love the way that it's styled with that oversized butter yellow bag that's just in a chunky necklace. Girl, stop. It is perfection, and the model has natural hair. Get out of here. The last piece is probably going to be the Nova button-up shirt. Now, I am a Delta, and I know this gives me, you know, AKA, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that this will be stunning. I love that it's sheer. I love that they have this asymmetrical detailing, this cinch waist, this large cuff. Depending on how it's styled, this could also be a dress. It would be a moment. It could also be like a beach cover up. Stop it. That is my Hanifa wish list. The last brand that I feel like really embodies spring and summer is BruceGlen. BruceGlen will not play with you on some color. This is really the season to step out in color. BruceGlen be having the pieces, and their pieces are very unique. To me, they just give you like fun, funky, exotic, like not afraid to be bold, not afraid to be yourself, very expressive. Their pieces can be everyday wearable, like not too crazy on the silhouettes, but they go crazy on the prints and the colors. Those are the black owned brands, babe. Those are the spring summer black owned recommendations, especially in the fashion space. If you have a favorite black owned brand, drop it below. I might feature it next, and that way we can not only build this playlist as a resource, but I'll also have more resources to give to you guys if you're unfamiliar with a lot of these black owned brands. So I hope that you enjoyed the final episode of this series. Again, before you go, if you want me to add on, please let me know. Please drop it in the comments below, and I would love to keep it going. But until next time, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Love on yourself. This is your time to shine, and make sure that you subscribe. Bye.